Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Chris here in Honolulu with your New York Open analysis for the 15th of February. Thank you for joining us here today. Some definite updates for the markets today. So we should have a tradable US session going on here. So the big news here is notice that some Russian troops are returning to base. That did lift US futures. And there's some other reports too that more troops are coming to the border, but it really seems like Putin is ready to continue the dialogue and doesn't look like he's going to be attacking Ukraine. So that's really going to, put some pep in the step of the markets today, but also allow some of the fundamental news pieces to really take effect here. So PPI finished slightly above for US, so that's a positive for US dollar here. But oil's down, obviously, as anticipation that there's not going to be a global supply, hinder. I think you're going to see a decrease in oil today for sure. So here's what I have here in terms of the news updates. I have the euro as a positive right now, but you want to keep a close eye on the news. But that de-escalation of the Russia-Ukraine tensions is definitely going to lift the euro for now, and I also think it's going to lift the pound, just with the the GDP and then also the rate hike chances that everyone is anticipating to be in line with the Fed. I think the pound is starting to gain a little bit of steam here. And now that this Russia-Ukraine situation is starting to wind down a little bit, it seems like the pound could be a good tradable currency today. Also, Canadian dollar. This didn't get too much attention, but Trudeau, Prime Minister Trudeau for Canada, invoked emergency powers to clear out the protest of the truckers on the U.S.-Canada border. So that is going to improve supply chain. And although, I probably wouldn't trade Canadian dollar today just because it's going to be tied with oil. But it could be a nice little trade against like the Swiss franc or the Japanese yen. If you do want to take a chance on that today, just due to the fact that it's going to be a real risk on day from what I've seen so far. Australian dollar, I had as bullish, but now I have it a little bit more neutral. There was some news on the Chinese government cracking down on iron ore speculation and hoarding. So that's not going to be good for iron ore, and the Australian dollar is really tied to that price of iron ore. So I think you're going to see a little bit more of a modest movement on the Australian dollar right now. But that is the sentiment and the portrait that I have for the markets today. So like I said, I'd be looking for euro, pound, Canadian dollar trades against maybe the yen or Swiss franc, just due to its risk on. Slightly more risky would be against the US dollar, just because it's going to be a little bit more mute, I think, until we get to a closer time frame of the Fed announcement in March. But right now we have CPI for the pound tonight. So you might not see so much of a gain today, or you might see a little bit of a reversal at the end of the market at the London close, just as I'd say order books, square their positions here in anticipation of that. Tomorrow we've got a really big day. We've got Fed meeting minutes, so that could prove to be a market mover. So once again, I think you'll see a little bit of a risk on bump, but I don't know if you're going to see too much movement today. Just you get a lot of news coming tomorrow. So be safe. Like I said, if I was going to trade anything, I think euro would be a nice tradable currency here. But keep posted on the news articles, because that Russia-Ukraine situation can change in a heartbeat. So give me a shout if you need anything in the room, and you guys all have a great day. Mahalo.